Hello everyone, I am your German snob, and once again we find ourselves in the main building of Serif Industries. Last time we talked to our boss, and he told us that we have to go, as previously foreshadowed after the last boss fight, to China, to Hengsha, which I understand is the Chinese name of the city of Shanghai, I think. Though there is a certain chance I might be wrong about this. Well, either way, China is going to be the next big location in this video game right here. So we should try our best to get there. I'm just thinking right now. I could break into a bunch of these office cubicles if I wanted to. But I struggle to see a very good reason to do so, other than to read the emails of my co-workers. And as I said, I don't see much of a reason to do so. What I do see a reason to do is upgrade, or rather further upgrade my... A good question actually, what do I want to upgrade? The Icarus landing system. Now, you might be wondering what that does. Basically what it does is it reinforces your spine in a way that jumping off from high places is less dangerous. Thermal armor will increase your defense. The cloaking system, I think it's a kind of invisibility. Also, yeah, high energy consumption. Maybe I should have thought about this sooner. Well, I did say that I want to focus on hacking. The social enhancer is kinda interesting too, in that it will make these conversations easier, but they aren't really that hard to begin with, so I don't really see a reason to do so. Radar system, what would be the next step? Doubles the radar's range to 50 meters. Targets will also be displayed as soon as they are in range. Visually acquiring them is no longer acquired. Yes actually. Yes. Hacking analyze before making a decision. No. But I do think it's hacking that I want to upgrade. So that sounds pretty good, and... Oh, for the love of God, I should stop exiting that... whatever. And... being able to hack robots doesn't sound too bad. So yeah, that's fine. Now we've got that behind us, we can actually go on to the next level. Just enter the helicopter. Might be that I've missed a few side quests. Have I already read that? Oh, police investigate break-in at city morgue. Gotta love the journalism. Wayne Haas, who was on duty at the time. Okay, he is investigated. Haas is the ex-SWAT team operative who shot and killed a 50-year-old boy in Mexican town 2 years ago. So, definitely no biased reporting there. No, part of the backstory of this game is that there is really only one news agency left that has like a monopoly on all the news in the world. So I guess they don't really have to adhere to ethics in journalism. Gaming and otherwise. Anyway though, was there something about that door? I do not think there was. Okay. So I'm just wasting time. I should better get into that helicopter. But then on the other hand, I don't want to miss anything. I've already been down there. Yes, I think I have, but there might have been a door I could not have opened at that point. So maybe I want to go down there again. Security rating 5, I still can't. Well, so that's something for later to remember. Because we will return here. But as I said, that's going to be, well, later. Considerably later. The upcoming section set in China is, if I remember correctly, fairly large. Hey there, Miss Malik. How are you doing?
Hey, Jensen. The boss said you were on your way. You're gonna love Hangsha.
You've been there?
Used to live there. I spent 3, maybe 4 years working in the upper city, and most of my nights having fun in the lower one. You ready to go?
Yes, ma'am.
I thought I was. How long is this gonna take, Malik?
You mean the flight or the fun afterward? Don't worry, we'll be there before you know it. Climb in. Jensen, you might want to get ready. The jewel of the Yangtze approaches.
Son of a bitch. We're supposed to find answers in that.
Hey, twice the scum and half the space. Hang on, we're going in. The address you got off that Merc, Hangsha Court Gardens? It's a bit of a walk from here in the Yuzhou district, but I figured it might be best not to drop you too close.
In case Barrett only gave up the address, knowing I'd walk into another trap.
It's the kind of thing I'd do to an enemy. You want my advice? Just find out who lives there and get out.
So, we bid farewell to dystopian future Detroit to visit dystopian future Shanghai. Which is, in my opinion, at the very least, one of the more interestingly designed areas of this game. Though I kinda like these cramped Asian cities. Now where do I even wanna go? Probably down to the street. But let me look around. There's a book. Tomorrow is Green. A blueprint for saving the Earth. As always, you can read it by stopping the video. I don't want to linger too long on it, and I'm not going to read it out loud. Because I reckon that that would get old very soon. So how about we enter that hotel and maybe look at a newspaper? Well, go ahead and read it. Don't let me stop you. So it looks like we can go down through that hotel. Or what seems to be a hotel. Looks like a strip club or something. I don't know, it's just that red, wavy neon light there. I don't know. See? Prostitutes. I told you it looked like a brothel or something like that. But no, apparently it's a hotel. Or at least it claims to be one. I don't know, is prostitution legal in China? Who the hell knows, really? A PDA. We had to change the code to the safe in the manager's office. One for our ladies figured out the old one. Not sure exactly how, but either way we changed it. Well, I wouldn't be too ashamed of stealing from here. But it's also not something that is exactly a priority of mine. Just begs the question, where is the manager's office? Can't be any of those rooms. Well, as I said, not particularly that important. We are here on business, not on leisure. Sadly. Though I'm sure dystopian future Shanghai has a lot of very appealing sides to it that would never occur to me. Hey, how about that? Oh, right, so we can open that safe now. Here we go. What does he have in there? Some money and some ammo. Don't need the ammo, I'm going to take the money. Another book, Heart of Steel, I think we've already seen that one. Close. And a PC, security rating 2. Will someone get angry at me if I hack it? No way to find out if I don't try. Let's have a look at that. Take in both of these while simultaneously fortifying this. Then take in both of these while simultaneously fortifying those. And then we should have plenty of time to, well, actually this could be harder than I would care to admit. But by no means not doable. Take in this one, take in this one, take in this one too while I'm at it. And last but not least, take in this one. See, it wasn't hard. All there is a camera. And it's not even on. And all it tells us is that there is a guy down there. Not worth it, but you get a bit of XP for doing this. So at least it's not an entirely wasted effort. Indeed it isn't. There an exit? There should be. There is. So as I said, let's get down to business, and while you're at it, maybe explore the streets of dystopian future China. You know, a part of the original Deus Ex was set in China as well, though not in Shanghai, but in Hong Kong. Actually, I would say my favorite part of the original Deus Ex was set there. Which was a very large area that was also very difficult to find your way around in. Though it was, at least if I remember correctly, quite significantly larger than this area right here. Really, the hub areas here in Human Revolution are most definitely packed with details, but not necessarily that big. Or rather, the game uses a lot of little tricks to make them look much larger than they actually are.
You think Bell Tower isn't corrupt? I've seen them look the other way lots of times when the tribes are shaking down clients. And don't get me started about the work they do for TYM.
I know you're right, but I don't know. I just feel a little safer with them around.
Well, I don't like the idea of a foreign police force overseeing us. The way they speak English to us on purpose. I imagine that's how it felt when the Japanese were here during the Second World War.
I see. Well, it looks like foreign mercenaries are here in Hengsha. And I'm sure we will confront them eventually as well.
Locked down. Nobody knows why.
我觉得没人想得出这些调查员是怎么胡来的。
Yeah, well, I was hoping one of them would tell me how long it would be before I could get back in.
你想让一个钟楼的调查员有点基本的礼貌，在这小镇上，你可以去试试。
And it looks like these mercenaries have locked down a whole apartment building to secure evidence, no doubt.
Can't oblige you, ma'am. Now move along, please.
How dare you? Who are you to tell me I can't get into my own home? Do you know how much money I pay for this place?
I said move along before there's trouble.
You Bell Tower assholes are all the same. You don't have an answer to an honest question, so you start to threaten.
Hello, good sir.
Sorry, pal. No one's allowed in right now.
Well, don't say that. I need to get in there somehow. Now the question is how. Well, I think I might have an idea. It's not like we have to take the front door. Not by any means. Maybe it would be a much smarter idea to come from above, huh? Yes, sir, it would. Oh, by the way, another thing that the original Deus Ex was famous for? The terrible Chinese accents in all the levels set in China. Human Revolution is a bit better about this. I'm not gonna say much better, but a bit better. Though to be fair, the original Deus Ex also had terrible French accents to go with that. Now that's fairly easy to hack, so that's just what I'm going to do. Yeah, this doesn't look too hard. First things first, fortify this, take in those two. Then take in this. Then take in this. And then take in this.
Access granted.
See, easiest thing ever. And that should, in some way, grant us access to the lockdown apartment building. As a way to find whatever bell tower is trying to hide in there. Looks like I wanna go up there. Now, when I say up there, there is a chance that means I have to go down first, if I want to take that elevator. But maybe I do not want to take that elevator, maybe I prefer those ladders. Because would they expect me to come... well, actually, maybe. But if I go up here, and then go up here, yeah, I think that should get me to my next objective. You know, as coincidence would have it, I played Human Revolution before I played Deus Ex 1. And I didn't... well, obviously I didn't notice it when I first played Human Revolution. But if you actually do play, or actually have played Deus Ex 1, you will find that Human Revolution took a lot of inspiration for in very specific ways from it. And not just in the way that you'd expect a sequel to do from its predecessor, but rather in a way that you are inclined to say that certain parts are almost serve as a sort of remake of specific parts from the first game. Know what I'm saying? Because I remember there was that one part where you were to sneak into the private penthouse of a minor villain in Deus Ex 1 that was rather similar to this section right here. Different but similar. Are there any enemies in here? I think there are. But I also think they all have their backs turned to me. Yes, they do. If I had the augmentation to knock out two at once, I could use it right now. I don't, so I can't. Well, I guess maybe if I was fast... would it be worth it? I don't think so. Now that's where I wanted to go. These computers are what I want to gain access to. There are a lot of little post-it notes next to it, like call mom, can't read, Rachel with a little drawing of the Forever Alone face beneath it. This game came out in 2011. Back then you could still kinda do that unironically. I don't know, it was more or less overnight that these Rage comics became the lamest and most uncool thing ever. So if you look at it now, they seem incredibly hokey, but back when the game came out, as I said, you could still kind of do it unironically. Let's just hack the PC. Get it over with. Windmill is the login name. Now what do I do? Taking this one first, taking this one then fortify this. Then use this, and then use this. Then maybe taking this and this. Then taking this. Then take in. I was saying perhaps both of these, but I think that one should be enough.
Access granted.
Hell yeah, it is. And that should give us all the information we need to progress. Now that's some great spelling. And that one's just an advertisement.
Get word to Pritchard, Malik. The hacker who's been attacking us goes by the handle Windmill. Real name's Ari Van Bruggen. Bell Tower's been brought in to arrest him.
Arrest or get rid of?
Either way, he found out someone was gunning for him and took off. We need to find him.
There's a nightclub near where I dropped you called The Hive. It's notorious in black market circles. If this Dutchman is running, his first stop will be there.
I'll have a chat with the owner.
I think we did fairly well. Now if we can sneak out as easily as we got in, there is nothing left to worry about. But it seems like we can. See? Breaking into a top secret... well, not really a top secret apartment building. But breaking into an apartment building occupied by elite mercenaries, easiest thing ever. Like, no sweat. Next thing we're gonna do is go to a nightclub. The Hive nightclub. But I think we leave that for next episode. This episode, we're just gonna get out of here and then... well, then I'm gonna wrap it up. Most definitely going to do that. So, that wasn't particularly hard. I would go as far as to say that it went way better than I would have expected it to. For usually I'm not that great at stealth. As you may have noticed. I tend to mess it up sooner or later. But somehow this episode went by without me embarrassing myself in any way. So, damn, I have reason to be proud of myself. Where was the exit? I don't know. But I found a Braxis kit here, so that means I can invest another skill point. And it looks like I missed the exit. Even though I was sure that was somewhere down here. But of course, it's not so much that I was lost, but just that I wanted to pick up that Braxis kit. That is the only reason I came down here. Before I left this building. As I'm doing now.
Jensen, figured you might want a heads up before you stroll into the Hive. The owner's name is Tong Si Hung, Tong being his last name. Rumor is, he's tied to the Triads.
China's organized crime lords. How wonderful. Anyone else want a piece of this pie?
You know what we are going to invest in? We are going to... I hope we only need one Braxis point for that. Let's take a look at that. Black's prothesis. Hey, would make us jump higher. Sprint enhancement, sprint faster. That's something to think about. Sooner or later. Run silently. Huh. Actually, yeah. Probably going to buy that at some point, but for now I kind of want to... Yeah, okay. Can't afford it. Well then. In that case, we are going to buy that. The cybernetic... can't afford that either. In that case, I'm going to wrap it up for today, as previously mentioned. So I'm your German snob, this is Let's Play Deus Ex Human Revolution, and I hope you will join me again next time. Until then, well guys, have a good time, enjoy yourself, and ciao!